Hey guys! So today I'm going to be talking about how to survive freshman year, and I know that me going into high school, I was so nervous. Number one would be be very organized. So that includes if you have to color code your folders to match your notebooks, then do that, and your binders and stuff to all match, be the same color. If you're not if you can't remember what subject is which, then color code your folders and stuff if you can't, you know what I mean? So, but if you're an organized person and you know what is which, then you don't have to do that. But I mean, that's just a good tip. Also, this little thing right here is a planner, and for me, I just wrote all my assignments in it. So you remember your homework and stuff like that, and if you have tests to study for, just write it all down, get a planner and write it down. It doesn't take that long to write it down. So the way my high school is there's a couple different middle schools that transfer into the high school, so it's the big district is the high school, is the main place, and there's a couple middle schools. So that was kind of scary because you're not going to see the people you see every day from middle school. You're going to be seeing completely different people, new people, and that's how it was for me this year. I kind of walked into my classes there's so many new people. Oh my gosh, there was only a few people in my classes from my middle school, so there's a ton of new people. And that can kind of be really scary. I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of scary because you're who are these people? I don't know you. And sometimes you're not gonna have anyone from your middle school in your classes. I had one class that one was from my middle school, and I only had one person in my grade in that class because it was kind of an all grade class because it was an elective class. So I mean, that's kind of a good thing though, because it forces you to talk to the person or make friends with them. So I thought that was really good. If you don't have anyone from your middle school, just kind of step outside of your comfort zone and just talk to the person. You don't have to talk about your life. You can just talk about the class, or you can talk about things, anything. You can talk about anything, really. It doesn't matter. Just step outside of your comfort zone and do that. Yeah, classes, you don't want to be late, okay, first of all, and you want to make sure that you do your homework, because literally homework points add up. And I know if you don't do your homework, it's only 2 points, and you're oh, no big deal. But then if you don't do your homework every single time, it definitely adds up, because there's so many homework points required for classes, especially for math, everyone. Especially for math. There's homework every day in math for me. Do your homework, because those are points, and those homework points definitely count. Also, if you're struggling in a class, make sure to ask questions and do whatever you need to do. And if you don't know what's going on, obviously ask questions and get help. And if you don't know when something's due or something, just ask questions in general, because they will answer your question. They're a teacher, they're going to tell you what you need to do. Honestly, just be yourself when you go into high school, because if you try to be someone else, or you come off as fake, people might not like you. So I think being yourself is overall just the main thing you should do in freshman year in high school, basically, because people want to know you for you, right? So, and if they don't like the you, then that's their loss. So just be you, do you, do you. Yeah. So then I remember summer of 8th grade going into 9th grade, I was so nervous about getting lost. Now, I think every freshman is nervous about this. But don't be so nervous. The first day I was so nervous because the schedules are so weird at my school. There's 5 different lunches or 6 different lunches, and it's crazy in the rooms, and there's a basement in the high school, and for me, and it was just so weird. I didn't know where to. It's so big, So it was like kind of confusing, but I got my schedule. And you know, the first day there's actually people who came into our room, like seniors that came in and like helped us with if we had questions. So I actually just asked, like, okay, how do I get to my first class? How do I get to my first class from my homeroom? And then they just told me like where to go. So if you're lost, just ask. And if you get lost, just ask a teacher or ask someone in the hallway, because most likely they will tell you where to go and they will not give you the wrong directions. Because honestly, I don't know who made that up, like people giving you the wrong directions, unless they're like total douchebags and they know you're a freshman and they want you to get lost. But I wouldn't do that, because next year if someone asked me where to go, I would probably tell them, because I know the feeling of like not knowing where to go. So make sure you just ask someone if you don't know where to go. It's not that big of a deal. Studying, oh my gosh, I can't even, like, this year I hardly studied, and I did fine on my test. I could have done better, but I mean, you have to like study in high school. It's gonna get harder. It is a little harder. I feel like freshman year was easy compared to what people say about it, but then again, I heard sophomore year is hard, so great. So you have to study and just be organized with that, and ask the teacher what you need to study, and most likely they'll tell you what you need to study before you ask them, or if you don't ask them, they'll just like tell you usually. Sometimes you have to ask though what to study. If you want to make new friends, just like, I would recommend joining clubs, even though I hardly joined any clubs this year. That's why I hardly made any new friends. But you can join clubs. There's not that many clubs at my school. That's the problem. Like, I feel like they advertise that there's a lot of clubs, but there's really not that many clubs that people would be interested in. So if your school has like a ton of clubs and, you know, they interest you, then definitely go for it and sign up and meet new people, because then if they're in the same club as you, then they're going to have the same interests as you. So definitely do that. For you 8th graders going into 9th grade watching this, yeah, definitely step outside of your comfort zone. It's gonna be awkward. I'm not gonna candy coat it. It's gonna be so awkward at first, you know, because you have no clue who this person is. You've just met them, so it's gonna be awkward. And I know the feeling, but once you get used to the people, I mean, it's kind of normal. Another thing, if you like, I don't know, if you like lose people in your life during your high school year, during your freshman year, if you lose friends that you wanted in your life, but you lost people in your life, you know, that you kind of wish were in your life, just don't dwell on it, because if they don't, I don't know how to say this, if they don't want you in your life, then why should you want them? Why should you fight for them? So just, like, if someone doesn't fight for you to be in their life, then don't even make an effort, because it's just stupid. And you're gonna meet so many different people, and I promise you this, I promise you, you'll meet so many different people throughout high school. I still haven't met like half the people, or more than half the people in my grade, because there's so many people. There's literally so many people that, like, I don't know if I'm gonna meet all of them throughout my 4 years, because there's just too many people to meet throughout in like 4 years. So, but don't dwell on it if someone, you know, cuts you off or whatever. So that's it, and I wore no makeup. I'm sorry. I just didn't feel like putting on makeup today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye guys. Why do I always do that? I don't know. Alright, bye.